our dreams we always fight, 'cause we never worked it out. It just kinda slipped through our hands. And I never really said that you hurt me, no, instead I just try to understand. It was so exhausting, so I lost it, had to make it stop.
Hi guys, back to some normality now after SHOT Show. If you went, I hope you had a great time. We did. I came back with some sort of bug as is usual, got the SHOT Show flu, but slowly getting better. But as you can see, I'm still feeling not quite myself. But I wanted to get a couple of videos out this week, and this one is probably one of the cutest little EDC flashlights I've ever seen. And as soon as I picked it up, I was like, I don't care how this functions, I want this flashlight. It's just awesome. So tactile, and just the looks of it, man, I absolutely love it. So we have the Wuben, make sure I'm pronouncing that right, Wuben Knight X-0. And we'll do some close-ups of this, but it is just beautifully made. It is milled piece of aluminium. They do them in titanium as well, and in the UK these are available through the guys at Twisted Assisted. Those are the guys that also brought out the Junzi and are coming out with the Gambler fixed blade pretty soon as well. And they do a host of other EDC stuff, including some tritium little light strips that will actually neatly fit in this, so you can pop the tritium strips in there, which they just stay alight all the time. They're like chemically lit somehow. I don't know the science of how those things work, but the bottom line is then you would be able to see this in the dark nice and easily, so I'll probably pick up a couple of those as well. But this thing is just so awesome. It's got a really unusual switch on it, so the flap there is magnetized, and that becomes the switch. You can turn it on and off, hold it down, cycle through the modes, double click, go to super bright, double click again, go to strobe, and then if you want to charge, flip that up, you've got your USB charge port in there, and it's super fidgety. I probably don't do that too much, I'll end up wrecking it. Really nice looking, solid clip on the back, beautiful looking, nice colour scheme. Love this. It's like a really light grey with a light blue, really pretty. And then a magnet on the bottom here, so it will happily stick to anything and hold itself in place, and it just feels so good in the hand. And to give you an idea on size, let's compare it to what I've got in my pocket, which is probably an Olight if I remember rightly. So we've got an Olight Baton 3 there. As you can see, it's considerably shorter than the Baton 3 and not too much fatter. Right, we'll go down onto the tabletop there and take a closer look and run through the specs. Okay, so we got our Wuben Knight X-0 there, and these guys are reasonably new to the light scene. I certainly never heard of the company until I had a look via the Twisted Assisted guys. You know, they pointed me in that direction, told me to check them out, and I'm so glad I did, because look at this little flashlight. It is so cute looking, and I just love this cap here, like I say, held on with magnets, and then you've got your USB charger in there, and then when it's on or when it's charging, you've got a little LED in the top to define that it's switched on, and then a very simple operation of, you can just see how I'm pressing it there, it's just a pressure plate really, and that is enough to turn it on and off, or you can hold it down cycles through, or double click, high power, double click again, strobe, I love the colour scheme and just the quality of the engineering work on there is something else. It's just a joy to hold this thing, and they're not crazily expensive. I'll throw up some links on the Twisted Assisted site, but you know, they range in price, but they're around the £60 mark and upwards. And this, unbelievably, is one of the, you know, the base models. I said to the guys, you know, I'd like to have a look at this because I really like the colour scheme, but this is one of the lower end. I think they've got titanium and you know, a variety of finishes, and the titanium ones are obviously more expensive. Really useful magnet on the bottom here. Might have a set of keys that it could pick up. I mean, there's a set of fairly heavy car keys, so decent magnet on there. It's certainly enough to sit it on a, you know, a metal cabinet or something like that, and it will hold it happily at any angle. It's nice and light, despite it's all alley. It weighs only 82 grams, and the size of it, as you can see, is really pocketable, nice in the hand. It's like 2.2 inches by about 0.96 of an inch by 1.10 inches. The power on it max is 1100 lumens, so that's at that really bright setting. So we've got the really low power there, coming up, and then that's max 1100, which I would say is pretty accurate. I've got a 1000 lumen that I was taking a look at next to it, and yeah, I would say that 1100 is fairly accurate. It's certainly around the 1000 mark, maybe a bit over. And they talk about this providing some water and dust protection. I'm guessing that's through this piece at the top here, that once that magnetizes down, it just sits flush and it stops anything from getting in there, any sort of ingress. It runs an 18350 battery, and it's fully charged in about 1.5 hours and can last up to about 130 hours. It's a type C charger, so I just used you know, a standard type C phone charger on that, and it charged up pretty quick. I mean, I would imagine it had something in it to start with, because within about half an hour I had a full charge in there. And then, like I said before, it has these little ingresses here, and those are for those tritium little illum sticks. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back, 1, 2 on the front. And then I'm not entirely sure, I'm guessing maybe you could put them in there as well. Looks like possibly you could. But man, I just love this thing. It is such a nice little thing to hold, and to be honest, if you like pretty engineered things, which I do, then get yourself one of these and just sit there and marvel at it.